Hello everyone, good evening, and you're welcome to Simplicity with Zansi, episode 40. Last week was amazing. I know I say this all the time, but every week it just keeps getting better and better, as in from one week to another, and the next week is just like bam, just like that. So just to clear up about last week and just finalize things once and for all, there is no trip for now. I say for now because I'm honest to know that I don't have the bandwidth required to organize such a trip. I have so much on my plate. Just started a business and all of that. But first, people, before you have my head there, let's just think about it for a minute. When I thought about putting the trip together, it was just a what if basis. I just thought about it, that what if 10 countries, 10 ladies, all expense paid, and anybody that knows anything about freebies, there is nothing as satisfying as spending other people's money, trust me. And then I started thinking about it. So what would it take? We would need sponsors, we could have a GoFundMe account, we would need activations and so on. Then we started seeing the challenges. Some people were like 5 days, some days and all of that. Then we started seeing negotiations, and then for some it was about and it's about the position in their lives right now. They cannot make that kind of commitment. I understand that. And on the other hand, we started to get creative. We started getting creative with our vacation days, with our unpaid leaves, and really what I was trying to trigger for all of us was this thought that Danlock calls FU money, and I want to stretch it a bit and call it an FU goal. That's that thing that you would do that will change your life forever. And I'm not saying this because I want to motivate you or anything like that. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm actually a thinker, and I am able to just connect dots on issues, to bring clarity. And this is because I've done it many times over the years. I'm able to deconstruct ideas and put it back together again. And that's why if you tell me a situation, I can actually deconstruct it and then put it back together. And everybody has this skill. Trust me, I've just practiced it over and over again. And there are certain things that will make up this FU goal, But something Aisha mentioned to me this weekend just lit a light bulb in my head. She said things just got clearer and fell into place with the boot camp. Especially people that took the boot camp will understand what I'm saying. And please, aside from my sister on this group, Aisha has probably known me the longest. In short, she has seen me finish. And yes, she was like, Zansi, this thing works. This thing is real. It makes sense. And really, when I started out with the Epic Boot Camp, and with simplicity, and then even keep learning, it's not because I have too much time on my hands, but it started from my daughter, and I wanted to make things easier for her, like things that I've figured out, so she doesn't have to start from scratch to figure these things out for herself in the future. And then it became a burning need, and then I was sharing this passion, and I started to do it for the impact, because really I truly believe that we deserve to live a life where we're happy, healthy and wealthy, and even beyond that that we have the freedom to make our own life decisions responsibly. And that's what an FU goal is. A freedom goal, a goal that allows you to get freedom, but it's not going to be easy. I can tell you that for free, it's not going to be easy, because you see, think about the trip now. I said, ladies, there's no such thing as free. There's nothing like that. Everything comes at a price. Really, I'm telling you, everything comes at a price. Not necessarily money, but it could be your time, it could be your energy. It's not going to be everything's going to come at a cost. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Everybody wants to go on that trip, but do you have what it takes? Are you ready to commit the time and effort to put together a free trip, to participate in activations, to participate in social media movements? And I wrote the synopsis seriously, but I'm sure if I shared it here, in fact, a lot of people will say, no, Zansi, this thing takes too much. This thing takes too much, okay? And we watch all these influencers, Linda KG, Toke Makinwa, but that's the Big Brother guys and all of that. My darlings, it's hard work. It's hard work. It's hunger that drives them. Don't snare, please. Don't laugh. But it's hunger. It's hunger that will take you to make your FU goals. It's a lot of work to stay relevant. A lot of discipline. We may not agree with what they do, but I'm telling you, it's not easy. It takes a lot of hard work to keep putting out content day after day. And an FU goal is something that gives you freedom. Something that gives you freedom to be able to do the things that you want to do. Something that gives you freedom to be able to create the impact that you were created to impact. And it's good, oh gosh, I'm so passionate about this, As in, if you took the boot camp, you would know what I'm talking about. And FU goal is something that will give, and it's going to take, first, you have to be sure about what you want. You have to be sure about it. There's no flaking, there's no going back, because you have to be extremely sure about that goal. The second thing that I want to mention about the FU goal is that you have to be disciplined. When you think about the high achievers, you have to be disciplined. You have to commit to it day in, day out. You have to commit to it. That's just what it takes. It takes hunger. I think that's just really the definition of the FU goal. That thing that you are hungry for. And the third thing about it is that it's going to take time. It's going to take time. You don't have to do it. And the next thing I want to mention is that you don't have to do it alone. You really don't. You have to leverage. You have to leverage on the people you know. You have to leverage on what you do, where you are in your life right now. You have to leverage, my people. And that brings us to, the topic of this week. This week's conversation is going to be about workplace mode performer, because you are going to have to leverage on where you are right now, where you work. Whether you are a team lead or a team member, meaning, this is, even though you may not work for, you may work for yourself as a team lead too, so you can give insight into this. And I'm using the image of Olivia Pope from Scandal. Just to give you an update, once Olivia Pope says it's handled, then it's handled. And this for me is one of the things that gives you leverage in your workplace. And you're going to need leverage. You're going to need the people So, and to be in the workplace, sorry, I keep saying, and you want to be in the place in your workplace where you command attention, you command respect, so please. And another thing I want to mention, I'm as authentic as it gets. Please feel free to share this audio with as many platforms as you have. It's free. I'm not charging anything from it, aside from just my time and my energy, and I'm using my talents, my passion. Somebody needs to listen to this. Some of you know some ladies whose life is a mess right now. Would they need someone to work with them? Share, please. Feel free. I'm as authentic as it gets. Share the link of the group. It's not, Okay, so back to the topic. So what are the key qualities that you look for in a performer on your team? And what are the key qualities that you serve as a performer on a team? Let's talk about this, guys. I hope at the end of this week, we can all come to the point where we say, you know what? It's handled. Thank you for listening. And as always, remember, everything, all right.